Sprinkled throughout Minnesota are a couple dozen speedways and racetracks where racers and car enthusiasts race sprint cars, tricked out bikes, snowmobiles, school buses, and spectators can grab a beer and enjoy the show. But of course, Minnesota's tracks are closed with an unsure schedule for summer 2020. Dan Kalina is a financial advisor and the secretary and treasurer of Viking Speedway's board of directors located in Alexandria. He and I talked about the future of Minnesota's speedways. What are the restrictions in Minnesota for speedways?
The stay-at-home order's in place, and that basically means we're a non-essential business, basically for entertainment. And with the CDC guidelines of crowds and everything else, it pretty much puts us out of business for the time being.
I know it's obviously different than baseball, but that was just announced that they're going to be doing games without crowds. Is that an option you are considering? Is that even a possibility? What are the pros and cons to that sort of approach?
We thought it was something we may try. We just had a board meeting again last night, and we talked about it some more, and we've seen some people do this. One of our other board members talked to the owner of Mississippi Thunder Speedway, who did this actually last week. They had an in-depth conversation about it. The owner of Mississippi Thunder basically told him this is an unsustainable business model. You're not going to make money doing it. It's just how much you're going to lose for the most part.
To open without fans?
Yeah. He basically did, they said theirs is a peaceful protest, trying to make a point to the governor of Wisconsin that, we have protocol in place. We can do this safe. We don't have to be shut down. They want to race. But basically his comment was it was an unsustainable business model. And the more we look at this, the more we believe that's probably true. If that was the case, there'd have been racetracks running multiple nights a week when they didn't require fans in the past, because that would have been a big moneymaker for them. And when you start taking fans and concession sales away from a business model, it puts all the pressure on the competitor. They're the ones that have to pay their own purse at that point. And there's some highly funded teams out there that would do it and they wouldn't care. But we need the front and the back of the field in order to make the race. And not everybody is on a highly funded platform. Some guys are doing this as a hobby and they don't put a ton of money into it. You start ruling those guys out in a hurry, and next thing you know, you don't have a field of cars, so the quality of your entertainment goes down. Now, the other side of this, if you run without fans, you have that avenue of having pay-per-view sales, okay? There's companies that go out and they set up and they broadcast your races. That probably works okay if you have what you'd call a crown jewel event where it's a real high-paying deal and you have people coming from all over the country to race in it. Or if you're on the very front end of this thing where people haven't been able to watch a race for so long that they want to buy it, okay, and they want to watch it. Problem we're going to run into, and we're seeing it already, some of these tracks have done this, and they've gotten pretty good reviews. Those reviews, in my opinion, are probably going to start sliding down the hill pretty quick here as more of them start to do it. And now it's lost its luster.
Well, yeah, and it's about the experience. I've gone to races, and it's about, the beer garden and seeing the people in real life and the dirt that flies everywhere.
That's the conversation we had, too. It's like, okay, what percentage of the people that come to our facility to watch a race come there specifically to watch a race? And what percentage of those people come there 30% because of the races and 70% because of the camaraderie and relationships they've developed over the years? And our consensus came out is, if you take those relationships and the camaraderie between people and competitors and everything away, you've got a shell of an event compared to what you used to have. And that's not really good for us. I'll say this. I subscribe to Dirt Vision, which basically I get to watch all the World of Outlaw sprint car and late model races all over the country all summer as part of my subscription. They had a race in Knoxville, Iowa on last Friday night with no fans. And they had the whole social distancing thing going on, and they ran one class of cars, and the haulers were all spaced out in the pits so they could comply with the social distancing rules and everything else. It was weird. It was weird to even watch that race from home because the broadcast was totally different. The timeline of the races were totally different. There's no fans involved. And the couple of drivers after the race were done, they said it was like a test session with 23 other cars in the track. we don't, I think everybody in the conversation realizes we can't say, well, today's the day it's going to open, because it's not going to go from this to wide open. It's not going to happen. But give us something. Give people something. Give them something to look forward to. Have a weekly gauge to say, okay, are we making progress the right way, and are we on schedule to do this? Or are we going to have to make some adjustments because the numbers aren't working out quite the way we thought they were going to?
What would social distancing look like? Can you explain that a little bit more? Or are you still working through it?
Well, we're kind of working through it. You know, we've talked about it. Again, we're waiting for guidance from the state capitol. I mean, we already know what it is right now. They got the small gathering rules on right now, which makes life really difficult. Okay, once that loosens up, social distancing, it's one of those things where it doesn't make sense to sit people 6 feet apart in the grandstand, because a lot of these people come in their family units. Well, if they're a family unit, they should sit together. I mean, why would you want to take the enjoyment and the entertainment out of the deal for them, right? So then at that point in time, it's like, okay, well, now what do you do? Is it 6 feet between families? I could deal with that. I mean, that sounds common sense to me, but how do you police it? It's almost like, are you going to have part of your grandstand be a group seating deal where, families, you can sit here and we're going to block off boxes where you all have to sit in and social distance around them. And then the other half of the grandstand say, okay, if you're an individual that's here by yourself, you have to sit 6 feet apart.
It sounds like might be a good way if you partnered with like one of the dating apps. Like, okay, here are the families, and here's all the single people sitting together. What are you hearing from the racers themselves about what their plans are?
Some people are really, really gung ho. Like, I want to go wide open yesterday. And some people are being a little bit more reserved about it. I've even know some people have stopped working on their stuff and stopped buying equipment because they're not going to put any more money into it until the lid's lifted, so to speak. They're all over the board, and I think that obviously there's a lot of pent up energy. There's a lot of people that want to get back to doing what they do in the summer, but I think this is going to be it's going to be interesting to see from that aspect. Where is this going to go? What are car counts going to look like? How many people are going to take this as an opportunity to say, you know what, we're not going to race every week this year. We're going to race every other week this year. There's a lot of new normals that are going to be part of this, especially in the short term. This is a very, very difficult time for us, but it's a very, very difficult time for everybody. And if you go to any sporting event this summer, or any event that happens, you say, wow, this looks different, or things are different, things are scaled back. We've got a lot of local businesses that sponsor us and have supported us for decades. And because of this situation, a lot of those people aren't able to do that this year. And I've talked to other track promoters where they're saying 70-75% of their sponsorship money is gone. That's a very important part of our business model. But please support your local businesses that make your local events go on.
Be sure to check the websites and Facebook pages of your local speedways, like Viking Speedway, to see how you can support them financially or otherwise.